Boom! Live. Trying to keep it in the right range here. Goodness. My goodness gracious. Ah, there I am. Come on, Light. Be nice to me. Hi. Good morning. So, I am back at it as always. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, world. Good morning, everything. So, I have been on the move as always, getting a lot of fun stuff done. I'm going to start off the whole thing by talking about how things are going on the website. First of all, I'm going to start there. It's going good. I got new merch in there already. It's fun. Check it out. I got some JohnnyTronic stuff coming in. I did a real sweet Johnny Chew. So we've been getting into Pokemon. So I took and I made a Johnny, my son, into let's just say would kind of, sort of ish, maybe look like Pikachu. But yeah, it's pretty sweet. I got a hat and a beanie made for that. I'm working on some t-shirt designs. I'm going to do a couple other things. We're doing Pokemon right now, so we are going to have fun with kind of the Ash Ketchum Pikachu relationship. My son wants to have, he has all of his characters he loves, and we're going to incorporate goofy stuff of our lives into those. Some things may become merch, usually if it's specifically Johnny related. Most other things are just going to be for us to have fun on the channel. Like I said, his channel that he's going to be doing is going to be for fun. We're not trying to sling our merch at all, really, on his stuff. He may be wearing it. I mean, I hope that doesn't offend anybody. He may be wearing our merch, and it's hard for him because he loves this stuff so much to not want to talk about it, but we're going to have more. Like I said, his channel is based on fun. That's what we want it to be. That's what he likes. He likes going on to the ones that his channels that he likes, which of course the whole new generation is all going to be YouTube-y. So he's got his whole group of things that he watches. You know, parent approved, kid friendly stuff. They're the big ones, of course. They're the ones that every kid watches, really. And it's, if you look at it, production value is fun. That's all it is. It's fun. They're not blowing out the doors of editing or nothing. They're doing a great job. I love their stuff. So that's what we're going to be kind of going with, is just fun. And then this channel here is going to be the one that you gets a little more down and dirty. Not really. I prefer to be goofing. Coffee, or whatever you decide to have for your morning is delicious. Or whenever you watch this, delicious. So enjoy. Still working on Majora. I want this done, out the door. I want to show what the end result of this is, so that way I can toss it into my web store. I sat down and cranked on it this weekend. Whee! My poor boy we had fun. We were playing Legos the whole time, but still at the same time, I had to sit down and crank on the website, get everything kind of kicking right. It looks decent. It feels fun. Please comment anywhere you decide on commenting on whether or not the website is working for you or not. I need to know. I do what I do to do what I do, and I think I did it. Go check it out. So when Majora's Mask is done, I'm going to be putting it out, and then it's going to be on demand, on request. And for me to produce a full Majora's Mask as of now, it's going to be probably a 2-week process. It's a lot faster second time through. I mean, way, way, way faster. I'll have prices and everything set around. And if I see there's a lot of people into it, then I can start mass producing. And that's not the hardest thing. Actually, there's multiple directions I can go. If it is a large item that people really, really like, I can send out. I like not to do that. I prefer to keep everything in-house. So on the Johnny merch right now, I am working on some designing right now. I'm kind of a unique art style. I like my pen is kind of so I'm working on my son's face. He always has a little cowlick in the front. It's an Aronson tradition. The family cowlick. I have one too, on one side or another. Yeah, we just have a weird hair thingy, so I put that in. And I'm going to start creating kind of a comic line of his stuff. And once again, we will have, I'm making posters. I do all sorts of fun things. So keep checking the web store. It's gonna be fun. I'm going to do giveaways for a lot of our stuff. That's going to be the only thing that we might do is giveaways on Johnny's channel. I mean, we'd be giving stuff away. That's all we want to do. Because we would like to be able to do toy openings and unboxings and stuff. And how many toys can you have? I want to give a lot of those things away. So we'll be doing a lot of giveaways. Johnny wants to open them. He likes to look at these toys and check them out. And I know that's just that's a lot of kids. So if I do give my son that opportunity, I do also want to be able to give back to people. So we'll be doing a lot of giveaways of toys on our channels to promote just happiness amongst all the kids. How many toys can one child have? And on top of that, how many kids need toys? Salt. Let's do this. Let's have some fun. Okay, I'm getting an Majora. I'm gonna be working on the other side's orange. As a matter of fact, I need to crank out that deep purple so I can pull that yellow line back first. Let's not get ahead of myself. I'm getting ahead of myself, and I better do something fast because I'm running out of this form of purple. Don't need a bunch. I mean, I'm wrapping this up anyway, so I really don't need a bunch. But I am gonna need it anyways to tighten up the lines on my orange reddish triangles I have up here. And I love the way this dude really, whoever made this, male or female, did a phenomenal job. I'm looking at my picture that I have. I wish I could just spin it for you really easy. I'm going to eventually clip it down, but I want to find out who did it so I can have all that linked to it so people give this person proper credit for their amazing work. I'm not using much of it. I'm just looking at where, because most Majoras are the same, and this person used thinner horns, which I love thinner horns. I don't know why I like the horns to look more like their bone, their horn. And I know these were wooden ones created for said mask, but what if the mask was real? That's the way I like to play it. Mine looks like the bone kind of dips in. And I let a lot of these things just happen, and then I let the story tell itself. I know that sounds crazy, but when I was gluing it, then I started to see the character coming out of my creation. And then I started looking at it going, that looks like it was at one time alive. This was alive. It's wood, but it was alive. And since then, it has died. And now haunts this mask with its past. That's my Majora. And I'm not kidding you, that's really how this one has been telling me its story. And I have been thinking about it a lot. I know that sounds goofy. I'm a full-fledged goof. Dude. always turn sideways and realize this thing here at the end goes pew as I turn. I got me a good size snaz. Better to smell you with. I love my nose. Okay. Once again, color palette. I have my setup right now. And in the middle, I have my old. In the middle, I have my old color. My old color is still there for me to eyeball. I do know that's what happens when it dries. That's the darker version of it. And on this version here, I'm still going to keep with the dark, but I am going to pop a little more purple because the up and around here tends to be lighter. Down here tends to be darker. So I was using that purple to kind of darken up some of this area down through here. But I'm going to bring in a little bit of a lighter midnight purple, that grayish one that I was saying. I don't know what I call it. Cloudy midnight purple. So I'm not going to use this big one. I am wasting so much paint into that brush. I'm not using a lot. Let's see. We saw Star Wars, me and my boy, the new one that just came out. That one was Rise of Skywalker, or Rise of the Skywalker, whatever that was. Pretty good. Wasn't bad. I mean, I get what all the critics say, but critics. I mean, I was entertained. That was it. Yeah, they went hyperbolic about a lot of stuff. That's just the way Hollywood is. And what they're seeing around them tends to pop out in the movies. And if they feel like there's a lot of craziness, which definitely there is, I can't even imagine. Politician or anything, or political in any way. But at the same time, I look at it and I do say, they created a show, a movie, where they do want to show something that's pretty cool, I guess. I think it's pretty cool. You know, I mean, I like the fact that it's pretty red. I like the fact that the world's saying we want something new. I just don't know. It feels like we're in our infancy of trying to learn how to ask proper. No, not infancy. Toddlerhood of how to ask. Infancy, I think, was the Industrial Revolution. We're in the toddlerhood right now of how to figure out how to deal with everybody in a proper way. Because I think the world's asking for something right now, and right now it tends to be leaning specifically toward people saying, I don't feel like I'm being listened to. I don't feel like I'm being listened to. And with that, it's more like, I think I'm saying toddlerhood because they don't realize that I think there's a group that is then saying, we're listening to you, but we're not going to do it. And with that comes the whole dynamic of ugly that I think has been popping up. It's someone takes the parental role, whether or not they are a parent, whether or not they have the authority, ability. They take on the parent role, start shunning the other, and then the other turns around and goes, hold on, but you're just like me. Yeah, sucker, nice try. You're just like me. You can't say that. And then you realize, I don't think anybody's either. I think we're all kind of in the middle. I think if we were to all take a test, like a secret test, we all took the test, you'd find we're all down the middle. Down the middle. I think. Maybe I'm crazy. There are some extremists of all varieties, always, and always be there. Let's see, that one looks a little red still. I'm going to pop my purple. still. Then I can toss a little more of the dark navy blue. And yeah, it looks real supremely bright. So I'm gonna pop a little more of the dark navy blue. And I say dark navy blue as opposed to navy blue, and even though I know navy blue is a dark blue. So like I was saying, everything kind of tends to be hyperbolic in nature. Everyone kind of tends to have their sides so important to hear. And you know something? It is. Totally is. Totally important. Totally necessary. And there's people who want to hold traditions and stuff. And I understand those traditions 100% needed to be there. But once again, a tree is not made of just one style of wood. It has to have all these different styles in order for it to stay strong and sturdy and grow and be able to be resilient and handle all these things. There's the strong wood that flows the water through it. There's the outer wood on the outside that is there for structural support. And then there's the bark on the outside, which keeps away the bugs. And as it grows, those things all of it becomes different parts. They shift and they move outward and they change. Hard for the bark to see the inside of the tree to know what's happening. All it knows is it's taking the hits. The inside of the tree is working for a whole nother process, and that's us. We just don't want to see we're all part of the same tree. The inside screaming, "You barkers don't know what you're doing," and the bark's going, "Shut up, we're taking the sunlight, we're taking all the abuse from the bugs." All the same tree, all there to produce the same thing. It's just a system of control to realize our differences. I know it sounds crazy, but in control, there's got to be the thing you're going against. And if we're all a part of the same tree, we're not against each other at all, really. It's just the way it is. So really, it's just more like there's a reason why the system is creating the disharmony, because it keeps control. Simple. And that is why I like Star Wars, the new movie. What the what? What the what? I'm gonna pull this turkey. I don't know if you can see it on there or not. That line goes up. This line just needs to be. Each one of these lines has an arc to it, but this one tends to have a little bit more of an arc, I'm noticing. That's too dark. No, everyone's asking their questions. They all have their thing. I think it's a beautiful thing too. I don't know. I grew up surfing a lot. Grew up swimming a lot. So I was on a swim team. I grew up swimming. Many years of staring at the bottom of a pool has got me to just be introspective toward a few things, because that's all you can do. You're stuck inside your head. And I can probably classify myself as a person who has been inside my head for over years. If you take all the amount of time that I have literally been in the water swimming, and condensed it into time, I have to have over a year's worth of solid in my head time growing up as a child. Not saying that's anything good or anything bad. I'm just saying, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to do that for my son. That was intense, man. Still very good. I have to have no blue. What's my blue? I'm going to put a very blue in here. I'm going to put it up in the background of this. In the background, like a little bit of baby blue or something. For the lighter portion, because there's a darker purple inside here. I have my darker purples all over, because I remember going through and I had a dark purple like I've been using, my midnight purple. And then on the inside of it, there is a different color of purple versus like this darker purple that I've been recreating with and really cutting the lines with. Boop, 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 boop. So I'm gonna get me a big old goofy projector, green screens and stuff, and I'm gonna be hosting game nights with buddies, and we're gonna be live streaming Twitch and doing all that fun. Doing a lot of fun stuff. The boys been wanting to Twitch. It's fun. It cracks me up. We just started getting into Twitch a lot more lately since we've been getting into our gaming and stuff. And with it, we went on, and you know, these people are all over the world, and they're gaming at the times they decide on gaming. For them, it could be, you know, close to dinner time, and we're just waking up. So we were live. So you know, Twitch is live. So you go on and you can actually type out your thing, send it off. And if the person's there and they don't have a ton of people and they read your comment and you become a part of their situation. My son's 8, JohnnyTronic, 8 years old, loves it. Absolutely loves it. People, this is the way of the future. I'm not kidding you in the slightest. The way of the future is nothing we've seen in the past. The way of the future is in something completely different. And for those who can't conceive the difference, will not understand this new way at all. It will not come to you at all. This is a paradigm moment, I think, coming up real soon in history. When AI achieves what AI can achieve, I'm not saying it will, I'm not saying it won't. To be honest, I don't care. I always treat my electronics with respect. Silly to say that, but it's true. Treat everything with respect, folks. But when AI does, if you know, when that happens, there is going to be a massive paradigm shift. Unconceivable amounts. It's either going to do a very specific amount of thing. It's going to want to take over and get rid of useless. It's going to either just supersede all intelligence to an oracle level, or it's going to be there to guide us, or which would be I do believe its most efficacious. I think people want to see the destruction in things because it's just so much easier to rile people up through through destruction. But most of the time I noticed things tend to want to balance themselves out. If you let the pendulum swing, it will swing itself out. It requires force, everybody, to keep a pendulum swinging. So remember, our pendulum for our society tends to swing. Why? Why is it swinging? It's not swinging because it has to, because it's a wave. It's not a wave format. We could lay balanced, I think, for a long amount of time. I think it has happened in history. It requires force to keep dropping that thing, to keep the pendulum in motion. And every once in a while, you have to reapply force, or else the pendulum, and our pendulum is pretty far swung right now. We have a distinctive side, you know, happening. And with that, I say if there's a pendulum that is swinging and looks like it's gaining momentum, there is something applying force to that pendulum. So if there is something applying force to that pendulum, remove that thing. That's it. I don't know what it is. I'm not that guy. I just know this line of thought is one that's like a mathematical set of gears that grind a certain way. And once you start to realize that, it's like funny things like money to me is uniqueness, because money is nothing more than an influencer. And if you start to really look around to say what is an influencer, like feelings are influencing devices, because through feelings a lot gets done, but it's not the thing that turns the gears. That is something else. Feelings are there to be like smoke, to apply a idea or a sense of something into into the subject matter. So essentially, a feeling is smoke. Reacting, trying to solve, is the gears. So then there's the thing that turns those gears, and that's a lot of different fuel sources to do that. There really is. In humanity, there's so many different fuel sources to do that. But that's my general thinking of, see, that's just not blue enough. I need to add some more. I didn't even add it. You know, add the navy blue. There it is. Ooh, we're hitting it. That's much better. So I just need a little bit of baby blue. Now this is going to be real light, so I might have to pop it a little bit with some more of my dear blue. That's not blue enough still. I need to add some more dark. Yeah, so like I said, money is like to me has been always seeming like an influencer. So if you put a dollar bill on the ground and you say, "Dollar bill, go fix my car," it ain't gonna do it. Everyone kind of acts like, "Well, yeah, of course not." But it's like, yeah, do you know that though? The thing that actually does it is a person shows up at your door and fixes your thing. So the money didn't do squat. Didn't do a thing other than influence the person who was going to eventually do it. It's an influencer. When you realize how many things in society are just there to influence us, I mean, heck, you can even look at Instagram as saying they use the term quite specifically to our face holes and say, yep, there they are. These are the people who are going to be influencing you. I don't think that's bad. I really don't. I think that's what drives anything. I mean, Socrates down to, Plato, all those people were influencers. They weren't the ones doing the things that were coming out of their face holes. They just had a great idea that applied to brains that went out and then applied it to life. It's the constructing a congruent society where things don't, like two trees, all the trees in a forest are very congruent with each other. They're all growing in a very unique upward way, congruent to one another. They're growing up. Through that, every single one is different, though, in its way it grows up. That's the thing we miss. We miss the fact that there is difference in everything. But at the same time, we are 100% reliant on each other. So we're not independent, we're interdependent. I didn't make this shirt. Someone else made the shirt. So if I wanted to be a truly independent person, I would have grabbed the cloth and wove this sucker together myself. Yes, did I hit the color? I think I hit the color. Yes! Sweet. Because that was a little too purple. This is it. So stoked. Baby blue and dark blue. I needed to just blue it a little bit, but in the right way. So I think we should change the political structure as one artist to the world. The president should take a test mixed with all of the general knowledge of what needs to happen in the future. And that's the test that the American public sets up for the president. And that test is what the presidents-elect have to take. And then from there, they get ranked on what they are. So they're not driven to a stupid party because they may be both Republican and Democrat. What percentage are they of that? They may be part of a Green Party that they're not representing at all because that's only part of bipartisan. No, and by political system. No. There's other ones out there. And if you had to test on them, you would find out where you're ranked throughout all of them instead of saying you're one of them. That's how we need to be judging this. So we can say, oh, at least the president has a little bit of, look at that 25% Green Party. Look at this. Oh, they tend to be 65% leaning more toward Democrat, which would probably say they're more on this side of the line of things. But look at, they also say they do agree with this on the Republican side. Oh, look at that. They're also part of this party's. And look, they also have a little bit of the social democrat blah 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 over here on their leaning side of a 2% margin, where that's so everyone can look at a president and go, oh, you mean they're not just a, that's the thing is who knows what these people really are, and we're sticking them to a bipolitical system where really it ends up being two in the end. That's it. Tends to be the same two. And I do hope that someday the other sides can produce a viable solution to that if that's the only way. And I'm not saying that's the way either. I don't know. This is a big old fat juicy world of awesomeness. Okay. Let me see how I did on that line. I need to pick it up right. I need to bring it back right there. Little thinny pinner here. So we test our president. That's what we do. Why aren't we testing our president? What the heck is going on with this place? Why aren't we testing our president? Literally, why are we not testing our president? Why aren't they going under a test? Not gibberish. I want to see that poop on paper, man. Put that poop on paper. I'm gonna make a poster of that. Put that poop on paper. I want to see what my president is. I want to see really what they are. Not the side, who's throwing the money at them. If you put, then no side would know really how you would be able to apply money properly. Then there would the lobbying would have to lightly change, not a lot. So the lobbyists don't go freaking crazy when they hear this. You just have to redesign it a little bit, and there would still be things to do that money people can do. But when it comes down to it, folks, why are our presidents not being tested? Why are our politicians not being tested? I don't care what they are. Do your thing. Do you. Do you. That's all I've seen anyways. I mean, it's been going on for eons that way. Do you, and it ends up happening. That's all I can see is it's not really going out and crushing the universe. I mean, whether or not the universe is blown up here at this moment and then comes back to fruition again over here, maybe that's just the way life is. Thanks for coming to Dan's art and political discussion. I started off talking about Star Wars. Oh my goodness. And this is my first cup. It's not like I'm on cup number 2 or nothing. It's just, I do feel that everyone's points need to be made. What's the opportunity for them to have it made proper? I think that they're looking at a side. On this side, a wall. And in the middle, we're just having a bounce back and forth. And everyone's going, yeah, I can't see over that wall. It's on the other side. And a lot of people are nothing. But really, it's a lot. And we need to make sure our person leading our country is representative of all of us. So if we can see them for the true light they are and not a political party, then we can actually go out there and enjoy our president. Like, I think at one time people kind of did, but there's Nixon, Bill Clinton had his scandal. There's always gonna be scandals, even with the presidents that are like that, and we maybe even hone them down a little more and find out that maybe a politician is not the best person to run the country. I don't know. I still don't know, because the one that has been, deemed the savior of our country hasn't shown up yet. I mean, there's a lot of cool presidents, but that's what I would call them. It's more like Beach Boy presidents that have shown up and you're like, hey, dude, yeah, bro, what's up, president? And you're like, oh, he's cool. Okay. But I haven't seen the president that has that. I don't even know what look that would be. There is no look. It's the person who can lead. That's it. And I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a military person. I don't know if that's a Peace Corps person. Could be a Peace Corps person who's never touched things violently in their life. but that may be what needs to be used to touch down on society and heal it. Start letting things grow. I don't know. I don't know. And this is me wrapping things up for the day. I did get some more done a little bit. I was just touching up on the gray. When you show back up again tomorrow, I will have more done. I'm going to do stuff tonight, like I've been saying I was going to do. But I've been trying to get my website set up, getting some merch in there. Like I said, I got some sweet DaddyBot JohnnyTronic t-shirts out there. I got some sweet hoodies, baseball caps. We got pins, buttons, should I say, magnets, stickers. I just dropped in a whole bunch of merch. I'm going to be changing things up all the time. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. If something's not going at all, I'm hucking it. I'm going to bring in some stuff. I'm going to keep my shop semi-tidy, but I also want to make sure I have things set up for holidays, for events, for certain things that people can come to me specifically to make merch for them. Keep me posted on how you want to run things. I also am setting my website up for all the stores. I do run classes for myself for art. So I do sculpting classes and I do drawing, painting classes as well. So any of my styles that I can actually really get in depth. If you want to ask questions, I want to have my classes set up for one-on-one. Rates are inside the store, so you choose, save up a couple bucks if you need to, choose how long you want to stay, and we'll discuss. I will work with people. Like I said, anyone who watches the YouTube shows will find out. If you look at my store, it's going to be very cut and dry because I'm not going to go out there and tell everybody here's the optimum deal. And as a matter of fact, I will be real soon setting up coupons to say, if you do watch this, then take the promo code, send it to my web store, and I will give you a reduced rate for classes and a lot of stuff. So keep looking for those things. I'm just setting all this up right now. So as of right this date today, what is today's date? January 20th. The store is going to be going. The store is going to be my shopping experience, should I say, on my website is going to be getting better and better. Keep checking it out. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Like, subscribe, hit the little notification dingly jingly, and I had a lot of fun. Thanks for letting me jabber, everybody. Peace.